Hello, people! Welcome to a new episode of the Crazy Project, where I am manually mining the entire Minecraft world, and I think this is the place for me to do the introduction because today is going to be a controversial episode, and don't worry, I'm not going to expand this. And this, for those that don't know, it's 25 chunks mined from the surface into bedrock. It's a little bit of a controversial episode today because I want to do not the 25 chunks, that would be crazy, but I want to do a couple of chunks from the surface into bedrock. And I know some of you don't like, I personally enjoy more my natural stair pattern, but there is a good reason for it. There is a good reason, don't leave yet. Let me explain a little bit further before we start. If you follow my project for long enough, you know that there is an ancient city below the huge pile of rocks where I have been mostly mining this year. It's this city over here. In a stream, we already made the ancient city pretty much safe. There should be no more skulls creatures and that type of thing that can activate the warden, so we should be pretty safe. What I want to do is really to understand where this city is located in the surface. So my idea, place a beacon here close to the ancient city portal, mine straight down, activate the beacon and mine maybe I don't know, 9 chunks around it to be sure, just to expose the ancient city to the surface finally. And then what I want to do in future episodes is to mine and blend in those 9 chunks to, you know, the natural landscape. A little bit what I said that I would do and I never did before. But this time I will do it, I promise. The game plan then will be, I'm going to essentially, put the beacon over here. I will mine 1 block, activate it, and then mine a chunk, and then let's do a pit stop and speak a little bit about the future. Alrighty, first part done. We have now 1 chunk fully mined. In the surface, I don't think I showed you where it is. Maybe you guys could guess where this is for the location if you follow for long enough, but in case you don't know, that was such a huge fail. It's right here. I didn't miss the mark too much. I have been focused too much on that mountain, I think, rather than over here. But that leads me to the second part of the video. I was thinking if I wanted to expand this chunk to do the 9 chunks, a little bit like what I did there, and definitely I don't think that's what I want to do. This is a controversial episode regardless, and that would probably be the obvious thing, and it would be controversial, but I have something even more controversial. What I want to do, because ancient cities are, as you guys might know, the largest structure in Minecraft, or I think they are. So it's quite big, quite large, and I would like to have a better grasp on really the size of it on the surface. So my idea is to put another beacon more towards that area, another beacon more towards that area, and at least then I would have a way better view on, how much I actually will need to mine on the surface. So, and then we mine these chunks like this. And I don't think there is any more things calling the warden, so I think it's safe to do this. And there was another one here. Usually the city should be pretty safe. I might have missed a spot. Hopefully I will not summon the warden. But yeah, so that's the game plan moving forward. Put some more beacons, mine a couple more chunks, and let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Now this beacon over here will allow me to work on most of the ancient city on this area, or at least I think so whenever I'm in the surface, because that's the other part. I'm going to leave the pyramids always down here, because then in the surface I can, have the effect anyway. So that beacon and this beacon, I think I will have the effect in most of the area that connects them. And then I think I need another beacon there and another one probably closer to the other end of the ancient city. And if I can more or less have all of the ancient city covered down here, I think that would be a very huge step towards, because then I can essentially just move one beacon in the surface and leave all of those beacons down here. I don't know exactly where this beacon effect will expire. Okay, it's already expired. So I should probably put another beacon over here, figure it out in the surface where we are, and well, this is the goal for what I have in mind today. I know, a little bit controversial. If it's not controversial, let me know, but I think this will be a bit controversial. I'm very, very eager to see your comments down below. Okay, with another area exposed, now we have over there to that side, we have this one, which will take care of most of this area. Over here, there is one right after the portal over there. So definitely, I think the next area that I need to tackle, it will be more towards this direction. I have that thing there, so something maybe where that torch is. I guess I'm losing, okay, I'm not losing it yet here, so definitely, I would say I need a beacon somewhere in this area over here. And then we are going to have there, we have one, I think there, right? Yeah, here. So definitely something more on this direction. I think if I could place it more or less over here, we would be covering most of the city. Maybe towards this direction I might need one. This is also a bit far, so maybe we need two more. Maybe we need one more in this direction and another one more towards this direction, and we should have a pretty good understanding where the city is on the surface. So let's mine two more chunks. Let's do that, and let me share with you an aerial view, and let's figure it out where we actually need to focus our mining. Somewhere around here is where I think I need to place the last beacon. As you guys can see, I do not have the beacon effect, but one thing at each time. There we go, another one mined out. I do really think that that's the last spot. If I see most of the Asian city, it should be more or less covered. I'm not sure if this beacon actually will cover that places there, but I can easily, if needed, tweak a little bit the positions on the surface with a single beacon, and most of the cities should be in range. It's more or less the same thing over here. It's quite far from that one. Now that I think about it, maybe I could as well put another one over here. Do I have... No, I do have the beacon effect here, so yeah, we should be fine. I can adjust a little bit on the surface, and there we go. So that should be the last area where I need to put a beacon. So I'm going to the surface again, mine the chunk, and yeah. By the end of the episode, let's gather up and let's figure it out where it is in the surface. I can already give you an idea. It's not a problem. It's basically on this mountain over here. It's here, 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 and there, and I think the other one will be more or less over here, or maybe towards the, I don't know. I'm I'm really bad in orientation. Really bad. Another one done, ready and finished, and we actually find out another lush cave, which probably, looking at where it is, it's below the smallest lush cave ever. Now, I do actually realize that I was still missing a little bit of the beacon effect on this area of the Asian city. So as you guys see, there is already a beacon ready. So we will do just one more. It's the last one, I promise. After this one, we wrap up the episode. And with the rising of a new day, we are finally done. I know that you probably are opinionated about today's episode, so please let me know in the comments what did you think. This is an experiment, and by the way, next episode will also be an experiment. As from today, I'm launching a very special project, something very crazy that I'm going to try to do, again as another experiment, so you probably might want to drop subscribe, to follow up, to follow up, and just so you got an idea, the Asian cities should be more or less on this general direction. I think it's pretty clear that I was mining the wrong mountain. The mountain needs to go anyway. I was just mining the wrong mountain. Before wrapping up the episode and starting to prepare the craziest thing ever, there we go, a quick tour on statistics. There we go. 16 million blocks of stone, almost there. Crazy things. Well, be ready, people, because the summer will be interesting, at least, or I hope so. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Really hope that you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one.